statement from 4 a.m. UK time on October 11th, vaccination certificates issued by the Sultanate of Oman will be recognized for travelers to the United Kingdom. Travelers will need to take the test by only the second day of arrival in England, the embassy added. On the other hand, India reported the lowest cases in nearly 7 months on Saturday, which was 19,714 COVID-19 infections were reported, taking the active caseload of the country to 236,643 on Saturday, which is the lowest in nearly 7 months, which is 206 days, the Union Health Ministry informed. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.98%, currently at its highest peak since March 2020, the ministry reported. Elsewhere, Australia will reopen its international border from November, giving long-awaited freedoms to vaccinated citizens and their relatives. Since March 2020, Australia has had some of the world's strictest border rules, even banning its own people from leaving the country. The policy has been praised for helping to surpass COVID, but it has also controversially separated families. It's time to give Australians their lives back, PM Scott Morrison said. People would be eligible to travel when their state's vaccination rate hit 80%, Mr. Morrison told a press briefing on Friday. Travel would not immediately be open for foreigners, but the government said it was working towards welcoming tourists back to our shores. Another great news is that the World Health Organization has recently launched the strategy to achieve global COVID-19 vaccination by mid-2022 to help bring an end to what has become a two-track pandemic. People in poorer countries continue to be at risk, while those in richer countries with high vaccination rates enjoy much greater protection. World Health Organization had set a target to vaccinate 10% of every country, economy and territory by the end of September, but by that date, 56 countries had not been able to do so. The vast majority of these countries in Africa and the Middle East. The new strategy outlines a plan for achieving World Health Organization's targets to vaccinate 40% of the population of every country by the end of this year and 70% by mid-2022. Science has played its part by delivering powerful life-saving tools faster than for any outbreak in history, said World Health Organization Director General. But the concentration of those tools in the hands of a few countries and companies has led to a global catastrophe, with the rich protected while the poor remain exposed to the deadly virus. We can still achieve the targets for this year and next, but it will take a level of political commitment, action, and cooperation beyond what we have seen to date. This is a costed, coordinated, and credible path out of the COVID-19 pandemic for everyone, everywhere, said the United Nations Secretary General. Without a coordinated, equitable approach, a reduction of cases in any other country will not be sustained over time. For everyone's sake, we must urgently bring all countries to a high level of vaccination coverage. To achieve the global vaccination targets, there should be a three-step approach to vaccination, with all older adults, health workers, and high-risk groups of all ages in every country vaccinated first, followed by the full adult age group in every country, and lastly, extended vaccination of adolescents. Vaccinating 70% of the global population requires at least 11 billion vaccine doses. By the end of September, just over 6 billion doses had already been administered worldwide. With the global vaccine production now nearly at 1.5 billion doses per month, there is a sufficient vaccine from a supply of a perspective to achieve the global vaccination targets, provided that there are equitable distribution of those doses. This was all from our Fighting COVID studio for today, but stay tuned as Antara and Flora will be coming up with the latest show called The 8 p.m. Show at 8 p.m. Thank you for watching TTV.